Alrighty guys, we're here with the 2024 Mustang Dark Horse. We got the UPR catch can for the passenger side. It came along attached like this with a washer and the bracket. So we got the bracket right here. This is going to be an extension to this arm right here that's going to get screwed into the body of the car, which I'm going to show you in a few. We got the two hoses that it came with. One that goes on the left side, this one goes on the right side. When you install it, you make sure that the arrow is facing away from the catch can. So the catch can is going to be on the far left, so you're going to want to make sure that this is facing to the right. So we'll catch you in a bit. When we're going to take off the battery cover. So give me a sec. Alright, so after getting I'm not using no extension, 10mm socket from the other side. Right here is where we're unscrewing it from, and it's lefty-loosey. I was trying to figure out because I thought the bolts were in reverse. Unscrewing it, then we're going to get the new one in. We'll be right back with the new one. So this is the old bolt that was in there. Again, it's the top one right here. Not the bottom one, the top one. So unscrewed it. Now we're going to get the new one in. The new one is right here. So there's like a smaller side and a longer side. We're going to grab from the smaller side. Then we're going to feed this through. It's a longer bolt. So we're no longer going to use that one that you just seen right now. We're no longer going to use it no more. See the difference in the links of the reason why we're using the new one. So let's put this one in real quick. We're going to feed it in from the opposite side. We'll be right back. Alright, so now that we put the new bolt in, again, top one up, bottom one right here. So now we can put the battery cover back on and put it back how everything was. There's little clips up here that slide in. That way it makes sure that you're all securely in. And then once everything, all the clips are in up top and on the left side, just put your screws back in. You'll be ready to go on that part. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we got the longer piece, so the shorter piece goes to the stud, the new stud that we just put in. And then now we got the longer one here that's going to go into the bracket. It's going to go into this right here. So it's going to go in there. So just unscrewing it right now. So that's unscrewed. We're going to set it to the side. We're going to screw this in here. Turn it on. Hand tight that on. It's hand tight. This way, I'm sorry. So it's where the opening's at. So it's gonna go like that. And then this goes back through there. So just like that. Then we're gonna put this, screw it on there now. Alright, what I did was I used Allen key, and they recommend that you loosen them up, which I did, because earlier I didn't loosen it up, and yeah, it was like ridiculously, the direction was not allowing me to put the catch can down below. So don't forget your washer. Then you're going to screw it in from the top. And I'm just going to, like, you know, keep it a little loose and not really tighten it all the way, because I need to connect the hoses still and all that. Just make sure that your line is out of the way from the hoses. So I'm keeping it up right here for now. So it's going to go ahead and be like this. This is to the catch can, and this is to the first PCV valve. And right now we have it to where it's loose, so you can adjust it, so you can move it around. Alright, so we went ahead and fed the line. We did this side in first, and then we put this side in second. So this side first, and it's under this big hose. So we put it under here. So on to the next one. So remember on this one, We're going to go ahead and make sure that the arrow is facing away from the catch can. So the catch can's right here on the left side. We want to make sure it's facing away, not the other way around. It won't work that way. It's not, the fittings are not meant for it to go that direction. So let's get this on. All right, so once we got everything positioned right, what I was making sure was, because I remember in one of the separators I've owned, they've left papers inside the catch can, and you don't want those papers with the oil, and you don't want all that. But luckily UPR didn't include no papers inside the catch can, so I already took care of that and checked it for y'all. Now I went ahead and tightened these back up with the Allen key. So I just went ahead and just kind of little hand tightened whenever they were first tight. When I went to loosen them, they were just so, they were like super duper on there. So I had to like really put some force. And right now I'm just routing the hose to where I think best, where, you know, it should go through. So there is a lot of play in it, so I'm just trying to see where I want to run it through. And most likely it's going to be from right here, because it's underneath all this right here. So I'm just going to kind of try to adjust it, and it's going to have to be angled, and right there it's locked in. So just kind of curved it, and again make sure the arrow is facing this way. So they're locked in. This one is also locked in as well. Just check your hoses. All these are all locked in, they're all secured. So you're going to want to check this. This fills up with about 30 to 50 mLs of oil about every 1,000 miles, and and that's basically like a quarter of the canister of what it holds. So I would say like every 3,000 miles or every oil change, empty it out and you'll be all right. Saw a video of another guy where he had 1,000 miles and he filled it up a quarter of the way with it was filled up a quarter of the way with oil after 1,000 miles. So this catch can really does work. Saves you from getting oil, rather than the oil go from the engine to this supercharger, and God knows what can happen to it with all that oil going in there. And I don't know about y'all, but after the supercharger you're required to run a thicker oil. And my local speed shop, Unlimited Performance, he told me that basically I had to run thicker oil. I asked him what his recommendation was, and it was the Rotel 5W40, the T6 5W40. So that's turbo diesel oil in here. So that oil is very thick. So can you imagine that T6 5W40 oil going into this and, you know, dirtying your cylinders and so on. So I hope y'all appreciated this video. It was definitely troublesome because, you know, I didn't really read the instructions, but, you know, this video is going to prevent y'all from doing all the mistakes that I did the first time around. I'm a visual learner, not a read and step by step. I rather just visually learn, so this can help y'all. So this is the way I ran it. Again, one more time. This is the way I ran it from here. The right hose, so it's the right side, ran it underneath the where you fill the oil. And then this, the smaller one, ran it right here. And don't be afraid to bend the hoses. The hoses are very strong, very, very strong hoses. And the catch can's down here at the bottom. So it's being held in just, you know, just fine. Everything's tightened up. So, and it's in a secure spot, so it ain't gonna go anywhere. So I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Stay tuned.